Assalamu alaikum and dzień dobry everyone. I got another request for a viewer directed video, well sort of directed, and this one is from user Peace Love Islam, and I was asked to just kind of blurb a little about my life, and it said work, but I have one little problem with that. I don't have a job. So I can't talk about work because I wish I had one. But anyway, just a little stuff. So anyway, well, I live with my cat Mila, as I'm sure some of you might have figured out by my channel. And I'm in Des Moines, Iowa, where it's still cold, still got lots of snow. And I'm the only Muslim in the family, so I just pray that others in my family will accept my decision to do this. I haven't revealed it to them yet, so I don't know how they'll find out. I don't know how I'll tell them, but of course it'll be the truth when I do. But I own the condo that I live in. I bought it 5 years ago, so obviously that was before I converted. So, and when you're unemployed, you can't afford to do much. So, and I really don't want to sell because I can't afford to move, and even with, I would have to pay the cost of selling my condo. And because I have to rely on the bus, I would have to have a place that's close enough to a bus stop. So, that kind of puts a kink in things, but I live with it. It's just a test from Allah. So, I go with the flow. And I'm looking for a job in healthcare. I want to stay in healthcare because I really enjoy it. I enjoy helping people. And my last job, I was a home health aide. So I went from client to client. I rode the bus to their house or apartment and did my thing, and I go somewhere else. And a couple of times I used Spanish on the job. The first time I interpreted for an intake interview when we took on a new client, but I never saw that client again because the person did not live close enough to a bus route, and the person did not need my service. The person needed a different kind of service that my former employer provides. And then another time I went to a client who spoke mostly Spanish, and the other person who lived in the house spoke mostly Spanish, so that worked out because I could get there on the bus. And of course the rest of the time I used English. No other languages yet. I don't know enough of any other languages, but I do like to dabble. I took a year of French in high school because, well, third year Spanish was dropped, so I was kind of ticked off about that. So in order to go to French, I had to go to a junior high school, which is kind of weird for a then 17-year-old to go to a junior high school. But then I went to college in Arkansas, University of Central Arkansas, down in Conway, which is a little northwest of Little Rock. And I studied Spanish there. I got a Bachelor of Arts in Spanish from there. I went to Mexico for a month while I was in college, which was totally fun. And while I was down there, there was a small group of students and one professor who were interested in messing with Russian. So I messed with a little bit of Russian, just for the sheer heck of it. It wasn't a school-sponsored class. It was just something to do on the side. And of course I missed Iowa, so I had to come back to Iowa. I didn't think there would be much for me down in Arkansas, so that's why I came back. And some might question my decision since it's colder up here than it is down there, but the summers are too hot and humid for me down there. I don't like that. So anyway, but then I got into coin and currency collecting, and I got some books that identify different coins and notes, and so then I got I got a Polish dictionary. Well, I'm Polish, so I figured I should know a few words of my ancestors' language. Just I'm proud of my heritage. I won't deny that. And I got a German dictionary. When I was still a Catholic, I was singing with an amateur choir that did performances a few times a year, and special liturgical celebrations for the diocese. A diocese is like, think of it as a province of a state, but it's the province of the Catholic domain. And Des Moines is the seat of one of a diocese in the state. We have 3 in the state, I believe. But Des Moines is the seat of what's called the Des Moines Diocese. So, since I live here in Des Moines, obviously it was easy. I could go to whatever church or building that we were going to rehearse at or perform at, and 9/10 of the time I rode the bus. The rest of the time I bummed a ride, or I walked, if it was that close, and at the time the buses weren't running. But we had a chance to go to Germany, and not enough in the group were able to get the time off from their jobs, so I never did get to go to Germany. But I got a German dictionary, so I can look at German coins and currency. But I have other sort of collectibles, and I'm now into black and white cats, because when I was in the hospital a couple years ago for surgery, one of my sisters gave me a stuffed black and white cat that looks almost like me, so I've been finding other stuff, black and white cats. And I got a black and white ceramic teapot that's kind of like a cat. So, and I have address labels that I get from eBay that have tuxedo cats on them. So, think I like tuxedo cats? Could be. I think my time is probably running out, so I'm gonna kick this video off and enjoy, and see you next time. Assalamu alaikum, do widzenia, and miaus from Mila.